an important concept, the chapter body fluids and circulation, that is blood grouping. Okay, blood grouping. So the basic physiology behind blood grouping and all the related details will be discussed here. So coming to this concept blood grouping, so the very word conveys us that we are going to classify blood into various groups based on some criteria, right? So actually there are different ways of classifying, grouping this blood, of which we will be taking two important grouping. That is, one is going to be ABO grouping, the other one is going to be RH grouping. So these two are the grouping that we will be discussing in the present video. So be it ABO grouping or be it RH grouping, the one criteria with which the blood is being grouped into different categories is presence of antigen. Right? Presence of antigen, where on RBC surface. Right? Presence of antigen on RBC surface. So this is the sole criteria based on which the entire blood grouping is done. So whichever be the grouping, the criteria is this: presence of antigen on the RBC surface. So with this, let us first consider ABO grouping, then we shall come to the concept of RH grouping. Right. So coming to ABO grouping, so here antigen. So where is antigen present? Antigen should be present on the surface of RBC. So antigen. So based on which we are going to classify blood group. Right? Fine. So if anyone has got a query, what are antigens? So it will be discussed separately. Okay, not here. So it's a concept that is associated or related to immunology, which needs greater discussion. Okay, so antigen is something which we can generally define as something which is going to be foreign to the body, which is capable of eliciting immune response. Like we have this COVID virus, which doesn't belong to our body. So once it enters to our body, it evokes immune response. That is what is antigen. So it will be discussed separately. So antigen, here there are two antigen. One is, it can be an RBC can have antigen A, or RBC can have antigen B, or RBC can have both antigen A as well as B, and fourth is no antigen. So you can expect 4 different cases with 2 antigen A and B in ABO grouping. So this is how the ABO grouping is being done. So you have 2 antigen A, B, antigens together without antigen. So in case, the first case, if there is going to be antigen A in RBC, the blood group is going to be A. Simple. If there is going to be antigen B, the blood group is going to be B. If there is going to be both antigen A as well as B, the blood group will be AB, right? And if there are no antigen, then blood group will be O. Right? So we have got 4 different blood groups based on the antigen. So whichever antigen there in the RBC, the blood group will be classified accordingly. So until now there is no issues, but if there is something called as antigen, there will be something called as against it, which is called as antibody, right? If antigen is there will be something called as antibody, and this antigen A, there will be an antibody which is generally called as anti-A, and for B it is we referred as anti-B. So there are two antibodies against each antigen. So like where are antigen are present on the surface of RBC. Likewise, where are antibodies present, they will be present on plasma or serum. Okay. So antibody are generally inducible. Inducible means, for example, we are all in a process of getting vaccinated against COVID virus. So what is this vaccination? It is the process of eliciting immune response. So we don't have a natural antibody. Antibodies are nothing but the immune response. We don't have the natural antibody against COVID virus. So by giving a dummy virus, okay, our immune system is being mocked, right? And immune system produces good amount of repertoire of antibody against COVID virus. So this is what is vaccination. So we try to induce the antibody, induce immune response by vaccination. So most of the antibodies are inducible antibodies. They are not present on their own. Whereas this anti-A, anti-B are self-occurring antibody, which means that no sort of induction is required. They will be present on their own. So this is the case of anti-A and anti-B. So which means that we can expect the presence of antibody where antibody on serum or plasma. So there is a minute difference between serum and plasma. Right. So since these are all self-occurring antibody, I can expect presence of both anti-A as well as anti-B. But generally, when an antigen and antibody are found together, since the antigen antibody interaction is going to be specific, this is very important. Generally, an antibody doesn't interact with any antigen, so its activity is going to be specific, right? So here there is going to be presence of antigen A on the RBC. So if there is going to be anti-A on the plasma, there are chances that these two can interact through different means. Say for example, if this is going to be the RBC, this is going to have an antigen and A, right, and this is going to be the anti-A, both are going to interact and damage is caused to RBC. So if damage is caused to RBC, a person obviously cannot survive. So which means that no two antigen and specific antibody should be allowed to interact with each other. So this is the criteria here. So the nature has made that in case if antigen A is present, which is the antigen which is absent B. So anti-B will be seen, right? Anti-B will be seen. Just you can remember. So if someone has got difficulty in remembering all these things, whichever antigen is going to be absent, the corresponding antibody will be seen. Because if two antigen antibody are going to be specific antigen antibody is going to be present, we are going to interact, and wherever the antigen is there, that cell will be damaged. So in case you are going to have a RBC damage, how difficult it is to continue our life. So here, based on which antigen is absent A, so that is going to be anti-A. Whereas here both the antigens are present, so no antibody. Here no antigens are present, so it is going to be anti-A as well as anti-B. So here you get 4 different blood groups with their specific profiles. What are the antigen and what are the antibody, right? Now coming to the concept of I said we have two different blood grouping. So one is ABO grouping, which just now we have seen. The other one is RH grouping. Okay, the word RH here denotes a monkey called as rhesus monkey. Okay, from which the antigen, that is RH antigen, or otherwise called as D antigen, is obtained. So here, as you have two antigen A and B in case of ABO grouping, here there is going to be just single antigen D, right? So this is also called as RH antigen. The name RH antigen, I mean RH is, since the D antigen was first isolated from the rhesus monkey, hence the name RH. So D antigen or RH antigen. So based on which we can have a table here, like as similar to the one what we had in ABO grouping, that is RBZ antigen, right? Blood group, then antibody in plasma, right? This is going to be for RH grouping. So what is the antigen? D antigen or RH antigen. So blood group will be called as RH positive, right? RH positive. So in case as you have antibodies for A and B, for D antigen the antibody is going to be anti-D. So since the RH antigen is there, no antibody is seen. This anti-D is not seen. So other case, there is no antigen. So the blood group will be RH negative. Right? Blood group will be RH negative. So here, based on the concept that we have applied, self-occurring or naturally occurring antibody that we have applied in case of ABO grouping, we are expected to see anti-D here because there is no antigen, so anti-D should be there. So whichever antigen is not there, corresponding antibody should be there. So we can expect the presence of anti-D, but there is a small change here that anti-D is not seen. So here also there is no antibody. Reason is anti-D are not self-occurring antibody, they are inducible antibody. What is inducible antibody? In case if an RH negative person who doesn't have RH antigen is exposed to RH positive blood, the immune system of an RH negative one, on sensing the RH antigen, will start producing anti-D. So it is an inducible antibody similar to the vaccination or the immune system development when a person is infected with the disease. So the point that needs to be clearly understood here is the anti-D is not a self-occurring antibody, it is an inducible antibody. So in both cases, right, the antibody will not be seen. Whereas in ABO grouping, it is a self-occurring antibody. Well, this seems to be a very small difference, but there is one incompatibility scenario. Mother having one group, fetus having another group, so that the fetus will be safe or fetus will get killed. So there's going to be a big difference between the RH incompatibility and ABO incompatibility, where a baby will be saved, first baby will be saved in case of RH incompatibility, but not in ABO incompatibility. Okay, just because that these are inducible antibody, right? So I hope things are clear. So for example, in case a person is going to be O positive, what is his antigen profile? So he has got antigen profile on RBC, just Rh antigen or D antigen, and antibody will be, there's going to be anti-A as well as anti-B. This is going to be for O positive, right? So we are combining here both ABO grouping as well as Rh grouping. So in case if a person is going to be A negative, for example, so what is the antigen? A antigen will be seen because he belongs to blood group A and negative, no Rh antigen. So since A antigen is not seen, antibody will be there for the antigen which is lacking. So which is the antigen which is lacking? B. So you can expect anti-B, okay, in the antibody. And as Rh negative doesn't have any antibody, you don't see anti-D here. So likewise, you are supposed to have such a profile for different combinations of blood grouping: A positive, B positive, AB positive, O negative, O positive, right? So you can have a different list of blood grouping, and for each grouping, what are the different antigen antibody profile. So always remember, antigen are seen on the surface of RBC, antibody in plasma. So presence of antigen based on which the blood grouping is done. You have two different systems of blood grouping that we are discussing here: ABO system, Rh system. So in case of ABO system, two antigens, antigen A, antigen B are seen, for which corresponding antibodies are there. They are self-occurring antibody. Whereas in case of Rh system, there is going to be a single antigen D antigen, but the antibody, this anti-D, is going to be inducible antibody. So these are all the key points that needs to be remembered in this discussion. And should have different combinations of blood group and its related profile, antigen profile and antibody profile. Hope this video will help you in understanding the basics of blood grouping. Thank you so much.